Alright, in this video I'm going to share with you one of the versions that I make a protein pancake. How I make it and how I get it to turn out the way it does. So first, for these ingredients that I'm going to put together, I'm going to first put 1 scoop of my chocolate fudge brownie protein powder. Okay. It's about 27 grams of protein. Then I'm going to take my liquid egg whites, shake it up first. I'm going to put about half of the container in. Then I'm going to take the, I use organic coconut flour. I'm going to put about, this is a 1/4 cup, but I'm going to use a half of this, so about 1/8 of a cup. Put that in there. Yeah, I'll put a little bit more, just a tiny bit more. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon. You don't have to use cinnamon. It's up to you. Sprinkle of cinnamon. Okay. Then I'm going to put a couple drops of organic vanilla extract. That's it. Then I'm going to put a little baking powder. About 1/8 of a teaspoon. Just a very little bit. You don't want to put too much of this or else it'll give your pancake a little off flavor. Now, instead of putting stevia inside of this, I'm going to actually make the pancake and just sprinkle it with stevia to take the place of like powdered sugar. So I'll take a whisk, or you could take a fork, and I'll just gently mix this together. Just trying to break up the clumps and get everything pretty evened out. Don't whisk too fast, or don't use a fork too fast, or else you're going to get the powder start flying everywhere. Okay, now once this is mixing up, what I'm going to do is I use coconut oil spray, which I'll show you. Okay, so this is mixed up like that. I'm going to I have the coconut oil spray that I use. Put that in the pan. I'll be pretty generous with this. Okay. That's that. I got the pan all coated, even around the edges. It's important. Okay. I'll set this to high temperature. Make sure it's set to high. Okay. Then as this heat is heating up, I'm just gonna mix this again to make sure it's all even together. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is, as it's getting hotter, I'm going to pour it inside the pan. And yes, I washed my hands, so I'm going to already just go along the edges to try to just get the runoff. Just all the egg white. Okay. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is just going to move the liquid around the pan just to coat the whole bottom of the pan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the heat from high to just a little bit above medium. Just about there. Then I'm going to take another pan, a non-stick pan, and I'm going to place it on top of this one, so it can cook evenly through the pancake at a mild temperature, so you're not going to burn one side, and it's actually going to help cook also the other side through evenly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one for a couple minutes. So I'll just give you a variation of a different way to cook. As you can see, I like to keep this on top. Alright, now just to give you an idea how it looks, I know it hasn't been that long right yet. So let's see. So as you see, the sides are starting to cook. So I'll just let it cook for another minute or so like that on medium with this covered. And then halfway through, when you can start to see the bubbles on the other side and it's starting to cook through to the top, what I'll do is I'll take the spatula and I'll flip it over completely and then put this back on. So let's see, so I'll just leave the camera for a second. Okay. Alright, so we'll see where we're at. Okay, so you see it's still pretty liquidy, so you want to keep it in a little longer. Alright, so not to bore you guys, so you have to watch the screen for so long with this thing covered, but when it starts to cook all the way, what you're going to do is you're going to flip it over like I said, then you're going to put this top back on, and then you're going to turn the heat down more, and just when it's finished cooking, you're just going to leave this on for a minute and turn this off when it's about done, so you don't burn it, but so it's just cooked evenly. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take this and you're going to put it on a plate or wherever you eat and just let it cool off for a couple seconds, and you could choose to put the stevia on top. And then what I like to do is I put the macadamia nut oil on it, or you could use coconut oil. So that's it for now. I'll show you. This is about where it's starting to cook all the way through. Start to get the bubbles. It's starting to cook around the outside a lot. So then what I'll do is I'll take it. See how now you can flip it here. There you go. Golden, not burnt. I'll put it back on there. Put the top back on. Turn the temperature down. Then I'll wait about 30 seconds, then I'll turn it off, and it's done.